Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody out there on the internet, regardless of where you are in the world or what time of day it is for you. Truly hope you're doing exceptionally well. Thank you for taking time out of your day to be here. I really do appreciate it. I understand that time is the most valuable asset that any of us have because you can't go make more of it. You can go make more money, you can go get more crap, but you cannot make more time. So I really do appreciate it. Very thankful. You know, even those of you that make clips and stuff on Twitch and all that fun jazz. I really appreciate it, man. We've had a tremendous amount of growth in the last little while, and I do want to continue to be thankful for that. That's something that I don't lose sight of personally, and I am very, very, very grateful. I mean, we're seriously about to, just for instance, we're about to hit 5,000 followers on Twitch. I have been at like right around 3K for forever, and then in the last probably month, feels like, maybe month and a half now, we've gained almost 2K, which is freaking nuts. So thank you for that. Today's stream is going to be a really good one. It's going to be a little bit longer than usual. I've been doing 2-hour streams in the last little while. I normally do Wednesday through Friday from 8 to 10 p.m. I think. Is that right now? 8 to 10? Yeah, 8 to 10 p.m. Central. We've had to kind of figure out how to roll with the new job and how to work with it. What should be a 40-hour work week has turned, it's like 5 8-hour shifts has turned into 5 10-hour shifts and sometimes 11 and 12-hour shifts, which as an hourly employee, not a bad thing. I'm grateful for that, but it does make it a lot more challenging to stream and do all that kind of stuff. So like yesterday, I worked almost a 13-hour day, and by the time I got home, not only was I exhausted, but I got home right at 8 o'clock, a little after 8 o'clock, in fact. So I just I decided it was better to just not stream last night and try again today. No big deal. Looking buff, gang. I got a long way to go before buff, but I appreciate it very, very much for the kind words. Good money, but rough on the schedule. Very much. Yeah, and you know, I do get time and a half overtime, and the hourly is already really good at this job. So I'm thankful, truly thankful for the overtime. It just sucks when you're trying to do other stuff. So do you still read chat on YouTube? Hopefully me reading your chat that's on YouTube just now probably answers your question. What's up, Milos? Admittedly, it's getting harder to read chats now, Milos, which is probably why a lot of people are asking that question in the back of their minds, because I've not been good about YouTube. Twitch moves pretty quick, because now we're streaming anywhere between 100 and 200 people, it seems like, from what I've seen in the analytics. So it is a little challenging. Dakota, what's good? A lot, man. Life is good. How about you? You enjoying your 4th, dude? Sammy, what's up? What's up? Welcome back. There we go. Are you playing ranked today? Yes. We will play ranked for the first 2 hours, and then the Patreon games will start at 8 p.m. Central. So, and on YouTube, there will be a separate stream for that. It just goes better in the algorithm, and it's easier for me to make a thumbnail for each of those. So, that's all it is. Over on Twitch, Crosm, I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right. Please forgive me if I'm not. Ask the question, do you think you'll start scrimming again soon? No. Definitely. It depends on what your terminology of soon is. I'm probably not gonna even humor the idea of a scrim team until Masters. I just don't think that I have enough of the fundamentals of the game. Even at Masters, you can make the argument that you still don't. But I would say that Masters is kind of where you start getting into as far as the ranked curve, you're in the upper average. So I want to say that at that point, team play can become a bit more of a focal point and that kind of stuff. So I just think that that's not really my focal point right now. Finster5, thanks for the follow on Twitch. Over on YouTube, Drew said, the haters game in. Let's get the dubs today, big bro. Appreciate you, man. What's up, Micah? Welcome back. Milo said, haven't seen you in a while, man, but I've seen some videos. Just keep rocking, man. I'll just have you in the background while doing homework. Hey, get your homework done. Lock in, dude. If you're comfortable answering the question, what are you working on? What's your homework? What heroes today? From now on, it's Zarya, Ramatra. If both of them are banned, I play Orisa. And it is literally Zarya unless she's banned. Then I play Ramatra. And if both are banned, it's Orisa. It's purely based on bans. Has no other circumstances that changes that. Ned Flanders over on Twitch said, I haven't been on Twitch for a while, but I see all the hate you get. I know what you're really like, but my opinion of you never changed. And I'm sure your other casual viewers think the same. If anything, you're getting more viewers from this. Yeah, that has been in that positive. I've also learned a lot through it. So Micah asked over on YouTube, no wrecking ball? No wrecking ball. Calculus 2 is the homework you're working on. That's a lot, Milo. I think I only went through Calculus 1 in high school. So I don't even know if they called it Calculus 1 now that I think about it. I think they just called it Calculus. And I was considered a math nerd, so. Dakota, thank you so much for the 11 months, brother. He said, 11 months, keep it up. Always pushing W, man. Your fourth has been, he also said his fourth has been great. He's been on vacation all week. Very cool. Vacations are a W for sure. Gotta have those. I actually got the 4th of July as a paid day off for my job, which is super dope. So today I've been playing catch up from all my aim training that I missed this whole week, and I'll admit I think I overdid it a little bit, but that's okay. I was sure to give it in sections to where I didn't just go 3 days of aim training right in a row, because I'm not used to that, but it was still a bit of a challenge. Did get to spend some time with my 2 youngest. My oldest is not here right now. Got to spend some time with my 2 youngest, and that was a W. I haven't been able to see them as much in the last little while because by the time I get home, they're either going to bed or in bed. So it was a really big relief. So Max Striker Films coming in with the $9.99 in YouTube Super Chat and said, would you be willing to review the Chud Logic videos on you? He's very fair, and I think his feedback could be helpful. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. It's a proverb. I am kind of done engaging with the videos that people are making on me. I did an interview for a guy who reached out. I believe he goes by Gag online. I did an interview with him because I thought that his approach to making a video was very refreshing. He wanted to ask questions and understand before he formulated his opinions, and he forewarned me at the beginning that the video I was interviewing with him for would be very negatively leaning, or negatively, I forget how he phrased it, but it was he put it up front that it was going to be that way. Then he sent me the questions. We said there was one that I'm like, no, I'm not even going to discuss that. There's no point. And that was that. I'll get to another thing in a minute, but I just watched the ad to financially support you, even if it's like a fifth of a cent. It's something I appreciate you watching the ads for real. But yeah, to answer your question, Max Striker, first of all, again, thank you for the $9.99. I don't know if I actually said thank you. That's on me if I didn't. But I do appreciate it, bro. But I am not going to be reviewing the Chud Logic video. Apparently, there's more than one, he said, videos. But nope, I don't have any interest. How will you make it to GM if you can't play the tank that does 3k damage a shot with 10k health and... Crazy. College going so well. I love New York's vibe. I wish everyone tried some wild stuff. Like I went from Eastern Europe to New York. Oh, that's a crazy change. I think you told me when you were going to be moving in chat. You might have mentioned that. What happened to the video that guy made? Was it negative? The one I was just talking about that I interviewed for, Swedish? Or are you talking about that one? Hope all is well. Yes, KP, all is well. Paper Plate, I'm sorry I missed your chat. You may have actually said hello earlier too, and I was behind. Technically on paper, my shift is like 7:30 in the morning until 4:30 in the evening, which is on paper, that's a 9-hour day with a 30-minute lunch, so like 8.5 hours a day. But with the way that my job works out, it's much longer than that. The one I interviewed for, it's posted. He posted it to his channel. But he was not toxic. No, he was not toxic at all. I watched the whole video. I think he did and I really mean this, even though he had some criticisms, one of which was very valid. He phrased it so well and repeated the idea that he had nothing but respect because he and I had a really good conversation. He uploaded the full interview that we did and then made a video separately. Like, he did everything and then sent me a copy of the interview too, so that if for whatever reason he decided to go rogue and post things out of context, that I could just post the interview. Like, this is like lots of green flags from this individual. He's got like less than 300 subs or less than 400 subs on YouTube. And he was appalled that I would even take the time for it. But he had taken such care to do incredibly detailed research. And I was really impressed. Honest. He did a great job. So, if I made a fan VOD review, you wouldn't check it out? I'm not sure. No, I don't know that I would watch a VOD review from somebody else of me. I've gotten so much coaching in the last little while. I've got lots of things I can focus on. Happy 4th of July to you guys as well. A couple of you said it in the different chats. Thank you. Happy 4th for those of you that are celebrating today. Please be careful tonight, especially live in the States. I know a lot of people light off fireworks, which I have nothing against. I'm just saying, like, be careful. Come back with all 10 digits to work next week, all right? So, Sahil, maybe. Oh, say hello. Wow. Sometimes, you know, you read a message or a username and you just kind of go, duh. Say hello. Thanks for the follow on Twitch. Appreciate it. What video is this? I was just talking about a guy who did an interview on me and he just wanted to ask some questions, ask some really honest questions, did a good job. That's all. So you're done with the professional grind. Let me get to that question in a minute. I will answer it briefly now. Yes and no. I'll talk more in depth about that in a second, but there is something I wanted to touch on. One of the questions that individual brought up, he did a really good job. Like I said, I don't promote stuff on my stream that can be perceived negatively. So if you find it, you find it. You're welcome to go look for it. One of the things that he very rightly criticized me of is feeding into the hate. There is a fine line between addressing hate and feeding into it, right? Becoming a lol cow, as people are saying. And I think there's some really there's a balance there. And the balance I'm finding now, kind of as I go, is it's only worth addressing it when the core community that actually follows you starts to get vocal and ask you about it. And there have been times where that's come up. And honestly, the most recent video that I did that kind of went nuts, it definitely, the majority of that, my core community at some level had reached out and asked about, you know? And so it was just kind of like, okay, I clearly need to address those things. So I did. And I don't regret it one bit. Because you're going to have your detractors who will hate you no matter what you post. And that's it. So, I'm not sure, Marcellin, I don't know how to say your name. I'm going to call you Marcel. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Hey, I appreciate that, Milos, by the way, for the compliment. What are your thoughts on blowing up on social media lately? There's been pros and cons, mostly pros. You know, you have a lot of negative that comes with it too at the very beginning of any kind of social media buzz. I would say like the first 2 days we had more negative than positive, but what's cool is now that it's trickled off and those folks that are creating all that negativity have kind of moved on to the next subject. What's left is a popularity spike with people who actually somewhat support what I do, which I think is super cool. So I think it was a net positive, although it was negative at the first. I loved your last video. What did they not like about it? Are you talking about my coaching videos, or are you talking about the one where I addressed the controversies? Ever thought of being coached by Spylo? Yeah, I have actually been coached by Spylo. Short story, I was playing a ranked game. He was playing Freya on the other team. He had either streamer mode on or he was on an alt. And I didn't know. He came into the chat and said, hey, I was the Freya on the other team. He came into my Twitch chat. This is a while back now. And he just said, he's like, I'd love to VOD review that or something like that. Or I said, he didn't offer. I said, I'm going to actually VOD review that game, so you're welcome to stick around. And he was like, if you want, I can. It's your stream. It's up to you. And I was like, is that even a question? So he actually VOD reviewed it live on stream. It was very, very kind. So what happened to your arm? Great question, Marina. Let me answer a question I put kind of a pin in a moment ago, and I'm happy to answer your question. It's a very cool story, and I think it's worth sharing. Happy 4th of July to you too, Stando. I appreciate it. Swedish, yeah, not everybody loves all my content. My content isn't for everybody, and I'm okay with that. I think too many creators think that they want to blow up and have millions of followers, and I'm like, you have to be pretty generic if you want to do that. You have to take the generic and make it incredible, versus taking something that is relatively niche and making it incredible and really resonating with a core audience. And that's my goal. Here's my thing. I'm not trying to blow up. I just want to be able to pay the bills. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to watch your reactions to players like Aspen or Frogger. I've watched Frogger. I love his videos so much. I don't know much about, I do know who Aspen is, mostly by proxy to Frogger, but I don't do a lot of react stuff. Oh, I'm Aaron. I'll answer that question in a minute. You have such an honest and wholesome outlook on life. I appreciate that. I'm certainly not perfect. And I don't want anybody to get the idea that I am. I can promise you, if I ever portray the idea that I am perfect, just get a hold of my wonderful bride. She will come on stream and correct that very quickly. But a Swedish cookie over on Twitch a little while ago asked, so you're done with the professional grind? And I gave the answer yes and no. Here's a little bit more on that so you understand, for those of you that actually care to know. And then we'll get into Overwatch and, we'll go from there. The reason that I have, yes, put that behind me for the time being is that, and it may be indefinitely as well. I want to be clear. There's not like a horizon line where I see it changing. What I anticipate is, let me rephrase that. In 2023, when I set out to compete in the Overwatch League, I had a clear 3-year timeline. It was basically that I wanted to compete in 2026. That was the idea. I figured 3 years, if I went hard in the paint and just went for it, it would be fine. Well, at the time, I'm trying to think. Yeah, at the time we had just had my daughter recently before that. So we had 2 kids, and my wife is a stay-at-home mama. And at the time, I was able to be a full-time content creator, driving some rideshare and stuff on the side. So, gentle love, exo, hugs and kisses, right? Isn't that what that means? Thanks for the follow on Twitch. I figured I'd have a lot more time, so I just kind of took it on and moved on. Unfortunately, what happened was I started on a role and then decided I didn't want to play that role because it felt easy. It wasn't easy to rank up, as it turned, like, it wasn't itself easy. It was easy because what I was seeing was I was ranking up really fast for the hours I had on, and that didn't make any sense to me. There didn't feel as much of a challenge as there should be. And as it turns out, in hindsight, that was absolutely correct. I peaked Masters 5 during rank inflation. At the time, it was hard to see it because I didn't understand all that. So in hindsight, I know why it felt easy, and I might still be a support player to this day had I realized that then, because I enjoyed playing support. Now I've swapped the tank. More, not super recently now, but in between then and now, I swapped the tank, which kind of threw not all of the hours, but most of the hours out the window that I had invested while playing support. So fast forward now to where we are, and I realized that I needed to be realistic about the fact that I knew from the beginning, by the way, when I first started the goal, I knew I had a very high likelihood of failure. I had like a 2 or 3% success rate potential, right? It was not high, is my point. And I think a lot of people really thought that I was so delusional that I thought, oh, you could just waltz into the Overwatch League. No. I knew that from the beginning. I knew it was going to be a challenge, but I was okay with failure from the very beginning. And then it kind of got to a point more recently where I was almost being egotistical and like, well, I can't fail because that makes them right. Who cares if they're right or wrong? It doesn't matter. So I fought and fought and fought, and then realized, you know what? The objective reality is that I need to accept defeat in the timeline that I had, admit failure in the achieving of getting into the, in this case, the Overwatch Champions Series by 2026, and recalibrate. And for me, recalibrating meant looking at it and saying, I wanted to be, and even from the beginning, my long-term goal was to be a content creator. I enjoy creating content, something that I've always really enjoyed. I've done it for 7 years, and it's been purely passion. So, with that in mind, I just kind of landed on it, and I'm like, you know what? It's okay. It's okay that I didn't make the OWCS. It's okay that I didn't make the Overwatch League. It sucks, but it's okay. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to recalibrate. And here's the thing. If I can manage to get into GM, top 500, top 10 on the public ladder, at that point, there's some humoring of the idea of maybe trying to get into a Face-It League. But my goal was so grandiose that I kind of didn't allow myself room to fail. If I had said I'm going to hit top 500, let's say that I did that and I hit top 500, like that. Right? Like, let's say that I just went straight to it. And then I said, you know, I'm going to try for, like, the Face-It League. Okay? No one really would have thought, that seems like a reasonable step. You're going from top 500, top 10 to the Face-It League and trying your best. Okay, that's reasonable. Let's say I did really well, right? Say that I did really, really well. in the Face It League. And then I went to the OWCS. No one would have bat an eye. But because I've been plat for so long and keep talking about the OWCS, rightfully so, people are like, this guy is delusional. He really thinks he's getting into it at plat? No, I don't. I've never thought that. But I can see where the way that I've communicated it would indicate that I have zero idea that there's a colossal gap between a platinum player and, you know, the OWCS. So hopefully that answers your question well. It was a long-winded answer, but I feel like it deserved a long-winded answer. Loops, thank you so much for the Twitch follow, and Nabirian, same to you. Even top 500 and top 10. Or even platinum, where I'm like upper platinum and upper diamond. Upper diamond to upper masters. Each of these things are massive jumps. And then when you go from masters to GM, it's a completely different ball game, right? Like, I understand here, mentally, I understand that that's a thing. Completely agreed. So, appreciate your kind words, by the way, Dakota. Just go to work, bro, and do content on the side. Epic, I don't know if you realize... I know the internet's been real fond of the idea that I'm unemployed, but I'm not unemployed. So, there's that. What server do I normally play on? I think it's NA East. Kanashi, I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right, but thank you for the follow. Medical Whale, thanks for the follow on Twitch as well. No, you're making it too big a deal? Making what too big of a deal at, man? Atlan, excuse me. GM is not that different than lower elos. They just play faster. Okay. You're the first person to tell me that. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that I've heard a lot more of people that are in GM that I know personally that'll say there's a colossal difference between a platinum player and a GM player. So, would you rather be a successful streamer or make OWCS? Why do they have to be mutually exclusive is my question to you. Do you feel like they do, or are you just asking the question? The overall pace and everything is faster. That's about it. I respect that. And for all I know, you're absolutely right, by the way. I don't know. Not been there, so I won't argue it because I don't know. I'm just saying from what I've heard, that's the first time I've heard to the contrary of a popular consensus of that idea. Thanks, Darko. I appreciate the kind words. What happened to your arm? This? The scar? I broke my arm, I guess 9 years ago now. Had a surgery that put 8 screws and a plate in it. Here we are. So, revealed. Fun play on the way that you spelled that. I like that. Thanks for the follow on Twitch. All right, guys, let's get to it, man. I want to get into some Overwatch here. I know a lot of you guys aren't the biggest fans of my yap sessions, but it's what I choose to do at the beginning of my stream. So, I feel like they do have to be exclusive to an extent. Here's my counter thought, because I've heard that argument before, and maybe you have some additional thoughts that no one else has shared. But what I have kind of figured out with that is, very simply put, that you can make content about going to the OWCS. You can make content about going into the OWCS. Now, how you go about making the pace of it, like how much you release and all that stuff, that's all subjective, but it can be done, and I think too many people just don't think it can be done. It can absolutely be done. Trust me. It can be done. Let me make sure I get the Twitch category swapped real quick, because I know I'll forget if I don't do it now. What the heck? Hang on a second. It almost glitched there. It didn't look like it did anything. Will there ever be a future collab with Ozzy, the best console player? He's referenced wanting to play with you in the future. The challenge we're going to have is that he's you said he, right? Yeah. That he's a console player. We'd have to do a quick play, and I'm not a quick play guy. I play quick play with my patrons as a way of saying thank you for their support. Otherwise, I would probably never play quick play, if I'm being honest. One quick question. Hang on a second. I have to silence my watch here. Apparently, I didn't do that. It's my bad. Put everything in do not disturb. Do I drop my job that is paying all my expenses? I am in college and have the apartment for free, or do I stay and work while in college and have more money when I finish? If your job is detracting from what you are learning and you can afford financially to step away from it, then you should step away from it. If it is not detracting from what you are learning, like you're learning just fine, the job isn't engaging, like inhibiting that in any way, hang on to the job. That would be the way I look at it. And obviously, if you can't pay your bills without it, you need to have it. Plain and simple. Would you do coaching from him? He was 4,700, but then again, it's console. It is different, but it's not so different that people, like, I think maybe myself included for a long time make way too big of a deal about that. So I would just say I'm really not looking for a whole bunch of coaches. I got offered by 3 of the big names all at once, and I decided to take those into account, mostly because their coaching is going to be helpful, yes, but like the content potential from it was huge, and it was a simple piece of content to put together. Like literally last week was Derpy's coaching, this week, which I posted today, was Hottie coaching, and next week will be Awkwards. And I think that the content from those is worth the time that I put into it. That was kind of the way I thought about it. My favorite part about watching you, at least, is the journey and your progression. To be honest, if you may go to BCS, I feel like a lot of people might stop watching, and that's okay if they want to. I don't think that you're as right as you think you are on that, but I respect your opinion heavily. Because I think what I anticipate is that when and if I get to that place, I'll lose maybe 20%, maybe 30%. And that's okay, because what I'm left with is a core group of people who genuinely like what I'm doing. And I'm cool with that. So we are on Numbani here. As far as I'm concerned, I really don't want to see Farah or Freya. I'd also prefer not to deal with Winton on Numbani. So Trend Baloney, by the way, fun name. Thanks so much for the follow on Twitch. The only reason I do my job is because I get my resume better with years of experience on it. Sure. If you don't need it for finances and it's not causing you... These are 2 direct counters to Zarya, or like countered by Zarya. That's an interesting set of bans.
Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
We'll see how this game goes. I may actually engage streamer mode for the first time. We'll see. Scrux, thanks so much for the follow on Twitch. Hope you're having a good one. And I might be... I think I've got Plat 2 on the screen. I may be Plat 3 right now. I don't think I am. I think I'm Plat 2. But... show me your skills, please. I will do my best. Uh-oh. Every game it's like this. It's so cool. I'm humbled by it. I'm not trying to brag on it. I'm just... That's so neat. Alright. Most important thing, get charge. Yeah, off the rip here, obviously. Not forever, but... Okay, you're Orion. See if we can at least get a tick here. Nope, we made him come off the high ground and we die here for it, and that's fine. So what happened there was I just wasn't paying attention to where my team went. I needed to have more support from the team, and they went on probably the better angle, to be honest, than I did. So I needed to play into that a little bit better. Also, I had next to no charge, so... Nope. Should have seen that one coming. Well, they're down Sleep Dart now. Okay, I don't have any bubbles here. Okay. We're just gonna stand here in this choke. I am holding off their team right now. Yep, I mean, they just, yep. They might actually be able to just kite those ults. That's 3 ultimates they invested and got 3 elims for it. Okay. We got closer spawn though, so I still have another bubble. Oh my lord. Try and play LOS. I know there's a lot of high ground here. I'm kind of regretting that one, to be honest. Okay, we got a soldier out. They don't have a res. I had a bubble up. I had a bubble up. They must have burst it right as I... Man. That's so unfortunate. It's my fault. I really thought I had a bubble up. That's why I played. So we're stream sniping Pusheen. They have no support. Don't have bubbles for this. Man. I mean, yeah, that's just gonna be fighting for a draw here. It's okay. I didn't set my DPS up to get kills, apparently. That's on me. I did good damage. I think one of my biggest problems was that I kept going the same direction and that wasn't working. So going top left when they kept staying low ground was probably my better call. But because it didn't work the first time, I just gave up on it. So that's on me. It's okay. It's what we call a warm-up game in these parts. So... also, we are going to turn on streamer mode officially. Have I ever considered going back and playing support? Not really, to be honest. What is it? Social. Yeah, Pusheen here is stream sniping. They won't admit it, but they are. They're responding to my messages while our... hide my name. We are going on the defense here. I mean, this is pretty much a loss anyway. Hide other player names. We're just gonna turn it all on, man. Okay. That'll work. We're at that point now. Unfortunate, but we are. Okay, they are moving up. They have no bubbles. Keep constant pressure, constant pressure. We are a little too low to keep pressuring. Constant pressure. Constant pressure. Okay. I mean, I got a pick. Team playing scared. It's all good. Tank gap is hilarious. Start flaming your teammates for not going for the objective. No, I don't need to do that. Yeah, we're going to start keeping chat muted too. People will still figure it out and want to try and get their 10 seconds of fame. So let's do that. It's fine. Moving on. Sam115, Braven, Sarpa, and thank you for your follows. And then Dylan, thanks for the sub on YouTube. I appreciate it. So I put this in Plat 3, which is fine. First game on today, we just chalk it up. Stream sniper telling the other team what to do is what it is. So yeah, just moving on. Not a big deal. My friends Mason and Carl, fellow children of the void, wanted me to ask you if you ever played Terraria. I have. Yep. That's my favorite Bible verse. I've got a lot of favorites. I don't know that I really have much to say on that one. I've been turning off team and match chat for comp 2. Feels a lot better to play. Yeah, I think it's just better. How do you not get Zarya banned? Sometimes it happens. I just play Ramatra. Not a big deal. Man, we're playing Circuit. All right. I appreciate the suggestion, Micah. Right now, my primary focus is to get charge. How come you didn't play Ram then? Because Zarya wasn't banned? I guess I'm confused at your question, to be honest with you. We don't... Oh, I guess if we want to play Widow, I won't ban Widow. Oh, we're banning... Yeah, okay. Well, we're trying to ban Zarya, so I better try and get in here and ban other things that my teammates are banning so that I don't get Zarya banned. I feel like you should spam right-click more. There's probably some validity to that statement, yep. Alright, we lock it in. It's alright. One game does not define the evening. But Ram is good in the Rhine and Zarya is bad in the Rhine. If you have to counterpick every time you play tank, you are losing opportunities to learn. Something I've learned the hard way. Oh, good to know, Hell Scythe. I always forget about that, to be honest. I no longer consider being counterpicked annoying. I look at it as a learning opportunity. Trend baloney. I don't even know what you're asking. Wild question. There is counter-swapping heroes and there's counter-swapping playstyles. Yeah. 100%. How tall am I? 6... No, 6. 5'9". Sorry. Definitely not 6 foot. Okay, really thought they would shoot that. That's okay. Dang it. I had to try and move in a predictable way. I didn't have a bubble. I should have to come back. Played a little aggressive. As soon as we lost one, I needed to come back there. Particularly because it was one of our supports, although not doing the most healing, which is fine. Okay. Ooh, oh, that's an unfortunate cooldown to lose. Okay. Doesn't matter. Okay, we back off with that one now. Burned a cooldown there. That's big. Can play this angle. We're gonna have to back up a little bit here. Is what it is. Trying my best here. Doing a lot of damage. Probably not hitting the right targets though. That's tough, River. Sorry to hear that. Is there Widow hacking? I don't think so.
No one can hide from my
Micah. Did you see Ozzy's video on you? Nope. Holy ultimate. I mean, they just dumped 3, 4 ultimates. They just have Bob. I mean, we just need to take advantage of that. Maybe I need to bubble my, I mean, I don't know about that Widow actually. Hold on. You might be onto something. Please, Moira, I'm right in front. Wow. Okay. It doesn't matter. This is a weird game, I'm gonna be honest with you. I do want to look at that Widow after this game, though. Although I don't really think that we're gonna find that they're cheating. Okay, charge. Wait. Our Widow might be cheating. Hold on. Wait a minute. What the heck? Okay, we just burned an ult for an ult, that's fine. Yeah, she should be able to die there. Come back around. I mean, yeah. Fair enough. It is not fine. What is fine? What is not fine? I really hate that they don't have the Lance perk figured out yet. That's super unfortunate. I mean, me up top. Yeah, Moira just sat in spawn. That's super unfortunate. Grab because you got caught. Wait, what do you mean? That was an ultimate trade because they ended up doing that, got BAP window out. Like that was fine. Didn't get on a limb, which sucks, but it did force out another cooldown. I did not panic. That was way intentional. It was not panicked. That's okay. I don't know if Xar is good against Ram. I mean, you can make that argument all day long, but I'm not going to counter swap. How's ranked been lately? It's been interesting. I would say, like, since everything kind of blew up, I've been getting stream sniped a lot more. So we've got streamer mode on now. We'll go from there. Window for Grav, not worth. I'm not going to continue to argue with you, my friend. You're welcome to have your opinion. Yeah, so this is just an interesting one. I can play a lot better, though. I'm getting good damage, but I'm not getting any eliminations, which tells me either A, I'm not focusing on my elims enough, or B, I'm shooting the tank too much. I think it's B, because when I look at my average energy, you don't do that much damage without that. Toonk, I appreciate the fact that you think I need to swap. I'm not going to do it. Anybody that's asking, just move on. How's Bastion 1 in 5? He wasn't Bastion, I don't think, the whole time. But why not counter swap? It's part of the game. No, it is not. It is an excuse to not learn as much. Anybody can play rock, paper, scissors. I really thought that charge would maintain a little bit longer. Okay. Okay, Ram feeds. We have no bubble, but we do have an advantage here. I'm gonna push W. I'm gonna go up on their high ground. Okay, we come back. Hopefully get a little bit of healing here. I have no bubble. I'm low. Okay, we play the LOS here. Okay, they put up shield. We're gonna back off because I don't have another bubble to stay. Peek my BAP here to get healing. No bubbles. We gotta play careful. I'm gonna try and enable my Genji to get this here. Okay. We're doing really well here. Much more aggressive. Hold corners. Just getting the... Oops. I'm not gonna lie. I fat fingered that. That's unfortunate. I don't know why I'm backing off, though. No need to give up the space. Okay, we come back around the corner here. Thought I heard the Reaper behind me. He's in the room. Okay, we are relatively even. That BAP is going to hold that angle really well, though. We just get out, we live there, and that's okay. Well, they were shooting at him. Okay. Okay, we wait for coalescence and then we... Oh no. What is with my awkward grabs on this map, like every single time? I don't have any more bubbles. We back out here. Okay, stay on the other side of that. Ain't no way we lose that. Oh man, that's unfortunate. Okay, I should have turned around and bubbled my teammates more, I guess. I wasn't trying to grab a wall, I was trying to go in between where there were a couple of targets. So, appreciate your thought, but... Okay, we have time. Okay, they don't have a tank anymore. Big. We actually made a pretty reasonable comeback in round 2. 16-second difference is 2. I think you take coaching too seriously. Appreciate all of your feedback, Reinvasion. Kristen, thanks so much. Or Kristen, maybe. Thank you for the sub on YouTube. I believe that's Korean. Not sure, but thank you for the follow on Twitch. YKS, or YKS, Zadum, Ronin, Nexith, Hykro, Keeter, Mo, and January Overwatch 2. Thank you so much for the follows. I do appreciate it. Seem really chill. I don't know why you get all the hate. People disagree with some of my personal life stuff. That's what it boils down to. It's okay. They are welcome to believe what they want to believe. It is completely up to them. I cannot change their mind, and nor do I have any intention of trying. So, Kayvon Tisha. Thanks so much for the follow on Twitch. It's a cool name. Doing pretty good, Bidoof. How are you? What's up with that fat scar, man? It's surgery for a while ago. 9 years ago, broken arm. There was a distal fracture. They needed 8 screws and a plate to put back together. We have a scar. Should I make a video about that? I think that'd be really cool. The Overwatch community is full of a bunch of a-holes. I mean, you can make that argument, sure. Okay, first 2 bubbles are for charge. Okay, we got 1. Genji has no dash or anything. We're gonna look to maybe bubble if he needs it. We have both of my bubbles. I can play a little bit more aggro here. Yep, they tank trade. We are bumping ults here, but it's last fight territory, so I'm glad they are. They gotta not die to Bob. True what it boils down to. Whoops. That grab was better. Even just getting, like, their lamp out and that kind of stuff was not the worst. I mean, I could have baited that cooldown, but... I'm gonna walk forward here. Okay, we have to stand on point. There we go. We can't leave the point. We don't trust our team in OT. Or in general, to be honest with you. Good. Okay, we have no bubbles. We're gonna play the cover here. That's GG potentially. We went from getting absolutely dominated in the first round to second and third rounds playing very well. So, that's good. Whose coaching did you enjoy the most at everyone? I honestly, and I mean this very genuinely, I enjoyed them each for different reasons. I think I found the most benefit from Awkward's purely because it was simple. I think that Hottie did a really good job of breaking it down, and Derpy did as well. But something about the way that Awkward did just clicked in my head. I don't know. No, Apply wasn't really coaching. I care more about improving than ranking up, right? That's why you don't counter swap, basically. Yeah. Our tank is throwing. Yeah, I mean, we outlasted their mental. And to be fair, I don't think their tank is throwing. I think they swapped to a hero they think they need to, which is, again, counter swapping at its finest. Have you ever been coached by Flats? No, but early on in my journey, he actually reacted to a couple of my pieces of content on Shorts. You can improve fundamentally and mechanically while playing the better heroes. Not as easily, no. But I'm sure you're right. They literally just ran it down main? Maybe they did. I'm not here to question them. Doesn't matter. We have to have... Okay, so they are on Illari here. Okay, try and peek that. Force them to hold block up. We are going to need to back up here. I probably actually should have bubbled my Illari there. Yep, we die here. I should have bubbled my Illari. The self bubble was a mistake. Flat's reaction is how I found his content, to be honest. Originally, really? That's crazy. It's all good, their fault? No, it's not their fault that I didn't bubble them. How could that possibly be their fault? We don't have to worry about touching the point because it's of the rounds we're in right now. I have a lot of health. Why am I playing like a little wimp here? Okay, now we have bubbles. We force out cooldowns. The ram is very killable. I'm gonna use this bubble to take some space. Yep. That was GG. That was good. Can't believe I found your content because I was doing with my top 500 buddy and you clapped our jeans. Yikes. And I just read that out loud on the internet. That surely won't ever get clipped out of context. What's up, Dustin? You doing okay today, buddy? Thanks for tuning in on YouTube, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, that was a much better game, objectively, than the first game. Happy with that one for sure. Maka Lel, I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right. Kaguya, Articun, Reefer, well. iPanda and Yon Overwatch. Thanks so much for the follows on Twitch. I really do appreciate it. We're pushing towards 5K. Pretty crazy. Let's see, I'd like to go Rialto. Dustin Turntables over on YouTube. Thank you for being a member for 5 months in a row. He said, for real though, you come a long way in your awareness. I appreciate it. I've definitely grown as a player. I'm not great yet, but I am learning, and I'm happy with that. What's that, honey? Not really right now, to be honest with you. I'm pretty content. Thank you for asking. Why? Oh, sure. Yeah. I can hear why. I just got into a game. Oh, okay. I just got into a game. After this game, I'm looking you right in the eyes. I won't forget this time. After this game, I will come say goodnight. Are you guys going to be in her room or are you going upstairs for anything? In her room? Okay. Love you, babe. Okay. Rialto. Again, not looking for a Widow here. I don't know why we're banning dive heroes as much, but Widow makes more sense to me. Freya. I'll just do those two. I think you should focus more on ranking up than improving, to be honest, because in my experience, at least playing in higher elo is a major step toward improving. I think there's actually a lot of validity to what you're saying, but I also think that you can get to that higher rank with one hero and then learn with other heroes. Does that make sense? Can't wait to see how your journey goes from here. Thanks, Dustin. I appreciate it. Burko and 76 OTP, thank you so much for the follows. I take it you're a soldier player. That's dope. I'm actually amazed we haven't had Zarya banned in 3 games. That's pretty impressive. Why don't you duo with your wife? Oh, I do. That's why we have 3 kids.
We will crush them.
Oh, no. Oh, no. No regrets. No regrets. That's on the internet forever now. It is what it is, man. We're married. I don't care. That's going on. Yeah, someone's going to post it. That's for sure. And Nibirian, I appreciate the thoughts. Would you repeat that question when I'm not about to hit in the game here? Then I'm happy to answer. Go get some real. But to answer your question directly, why I don't duo with my wife, she's just not an FPS gamer. We play 7 Days to Die together a lot, and we've actually talked about Really thought they would continue shooting there. Okay, we have a Pharah shooting us here. Okay, I'm giving up a lot of space for really no reason. Nope. Okay, I'm bounced off. That's fine. Okay, I don't have a lot of bubbles. We're going to need to play the cover here. And they have a Pharah, so I don't want to hold the cover as cart, that is, or cart as cover. Oh, I should have known that was coming. If I die here, it's my fault. It's okay. We hold the cover. I might... Yeah, I die there. That was a good stomp on him. For sure. I went in too deep and he took advantage of it. Good for him. Jarvis, clip that and post it. Can I help my teammates get out? I need to be getting more charge off the Pharah. I mean, I am slept, stomped. So they do have a Malga and I'm shooting him a lot. That's my fault. Wow, my Mercy's actually getting out somehow. That's kind of impressive, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I won't beat around the bush on that. Okay, we need the ult first here. We have another bubble. We can walk up. We have plenty of charge right now. We don't really need to be using our bubbles for charge at this point. Keep right clicking. They're gonna have cage. There's a good cage, good anti follow-up from their Ana. Yeah, their Pharah does a fat ult here if she's smart. Or they just completely dumpster my teammates without ultimates. No, I don't have any bubbles. Okay. Let him back off with that. It's okay. We get stomped out of the LOS of his team. Pressure him back. I'm slept. My teammate is so far back. There's not much I can do here. Yeah, I mean, they just ran away from the Malga. I tried bubbling to help, but it's okay. Getting ran over by a Malga here. Average charge isn't the worst I've seen it from me in a while, but we are down to one bubble. Team's not here yet to help. Let's try and force out his heal. Okay, we have plenty of charge here. We're gonna look to go in. Oh, okay. I really didn't think he'd have that yet. My fault. You want to join Pugs? No, thank you. I appreciate the kind words to offer, though. Had our soldier ulted that whole time? I was just realizing. I don't know if he ever ulted. By the way, I'm not blaming him. I'm just like, wait a minute. I think that's the first time I've heard the soldier ult voice land. Surely he had it. Spudley, Sir Lies-A-Lot, Max, Real Pig Boy, and Prod, thank you so much for the follows. I do appreciate it. Why don't you swap for touch out of interest? I just don't. I think you're an attacking player. Hey, attacker's advantage, right? When you agree that to reach the top of a skill ceiling for a hero, it would make sense for you to be playing in an environment that will require you to play better. Sure, but how do you get there? Lots of different ways to get there. Doing a lot of damage, but I'm just shooting the Malga. I mean, that's literally what it boils down to. Bro hasn't died once. His backline isn't dying. I just need to go back on his backline a bit. Swapping is woke? That's crazy. That is a crazy statement. Seven Ventures Pet. Thanks so much for following on YouTube. You tell me to ignore your name, and then your name is Ventures Pet. How am I supposed to ignore that? Machine0228, thank you so much for your follow on Twitch. Really do appreciate all the follows, guys. We're 118 followers away from hitting 5K on Twitch, which is a pretty cool milestone. All right, still winnable. Ooh, was that lag? What was that? We're just gonna not care about this. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know if there is much I can do. Ugh. I mean, I guess I'm supposed to back off there. I don't know why we're sitting so far back right now. We are petrified of this Malga. Okay, let's try and enable the team a little differently, because I think that's part of my struggle here. Is like, I think I'm opening up space for them, but maybe I'm just not as much as I think I am. Yeah, we just keep pushing W here. Ah. Okay, didn't think I'd get blown up like that. That's my fault. Yeah, they're dying a lot, man. I'm not sure why. Like, I'm dying just as much. I'm not blaming anybody, just to be clear, but can we go? Interesting. All right. Holy! Holy cow. Oh, dude. Now they're just showcasing the streamer for attention. Pressure him back. Big. Is he okay, honey? Okay. Yeah, we had to dump literally 5 ultimates in, but I'm good with that. Well, that's a nano Malga. Yeah. That's my fault. I'm shooting the tank too much. Come on, guys, let's roll. I can't. We just aren't moving. We're literally standing in spawn right now. Holy cow, that's unfortunate. I played really well there. I just kept shooting the tank. That was my biggest mistake. So. I mean, it took 5 ultimates for us to win a team fight. What is going on with him, honey? Oh, okay. All right. Guys, I have got to go put the kids to bed real quick, and then we'll come back and play at least 1 or 2 more comp games before we get into the quick play games. Okay? I'll be right back. Sure. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that last game was on me, man. It's frustrating for sure, and I avoided my teammates for a reason. I'm wondering if they might be stream sniping and throwing. Even though it's really hard to do once you get streamer mode on, it's not impossible to figure it out. Like if you're like, oh, I'm on this map, he's on this map, his name may not be there, but he's doing all the same things. It was just really weird. The behavior was really weird. Very possible it wasn't stream sniping, but I also could have done better anyway, so it doesn't really matter. That's the only reason I avoided them, though. I just figured I'd clarify that. Okay. And if they weren't, they weren't. I'm always open to being wrong. I don't care for any of these maps, so. Hey, man, new on Twitch. Seeing you on TikTok. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for being here. Is that Marina from Splatoon? Planet Hollywood. Merc got a shot and hype. Thanks so much for the follows on Twitch. Hope you guys are doing good. All right. I mean, unless Zarya gets banned, we're gonna keep playing Zarya. It's not a big deal. I know that one of my biggest problems is that I am. My biggest problem is that I keep shooting the freaking tanks tonight, man. Just when there's opportunities to do something else. Nothing wrong with pressuring the tank when there's nothing else to shoot at. But when there's something else to shoot at, man. You want to ban Winton, Widow, and Pharah are the three I can think of on this map. Play NA, right? Yeah. Whoa, tank top for hope? I know, crazy. What would you say are your biggest distractions to stop you from playing Overwatch at your highest level? Okay, they did ban Zarya, so we play Ramattra here. Biggest distractions? I think I have a hard time focusing, and I think that's just a personal issue. So. I really appreciate the offer, but I just don't react to stuff on stream. It's not my kind of content. But I really do appreciate that you consider me in that light. Very kind of you to ask.
We will have peace at any cost.
All right.
Now you will see how war can be waged and won.
A little bit more complex than Zarya, obviously, because you're not just bubbling. But I usually have a really good chance with. I usually have a really good play. I actually have like a really high win rate with Ramattra. I don't play a lot of games with him though, but I am losing more games on Zar lately because I'm really trying. So after giving 5 gifted, don't do that. I'm not the type to do stuff because he gave me money. That's not my thing.
Greetings. Hello.
Wait, Rach, why are we banning? You don't need to ban. That was not needed. I can't hear you. I'm sorry. Okay, they're down 2 cooldowns. Slept, that's okay. We got the anti-nade out. We're gonna move up here. Oh, forgot I don't have the perk yet. That's okay. I probably get slept here if I'm not careful. We're gonna back out. Oh no. Catch these hands, man. I guess. How are none of those hitting him? That's alright, I get hit by the sleep dart. Oh, what the? What the heck? Okay. They're on Malga. What the? I'm so confused by this tracer. I mean, this tracer is low-key breaking my neck. Nope, I thought the animation was over. Cut off the healing. That was really well played. Well, nice show. Thank you. I appreciate it. Bobo. Interesting name. Bro, a storm is coming. Caldrums, Milk Chummy, Kid Club. Thank you so much for your follows, man. Some of your names are pretty wild. Rain, snow, what kind? This is storm incoming. Brace yourselves. Winter is coming. I don't know why I felt like that was the right thing to do there, but we went with it. It's a thing. A winning storm. Gotta love the W wife. How's the climb going tonight? It's going, man. It's going real good. How long did it take to grow that majestic beard? If I went to, like, nothing, it would probably take me 6 months. Maybe 9. Like, somewhere between 6 and 9 months. What is that emoji? Good lord. Hello. No fear. We can't peek as long. If it's Zenyatta. That's okay. Okay, no sleep dart. I am discorded right now. Don't. Cooldown cycles are back up. That is. I mean, I don't think she can go for a res safely here, so. Or we do. I probably should have turned on the Zen there. She had orb on her, so that's okay. Okay, I got stomped there. Do I play 6v6? Casually, but not in comp, no. That was just not smart use of that cooldown, but that's okay. Good lord. Big stagger for us. Another big stagger for us. We almost got a little greedy there. That's okay. Yeah, I died there. I don't get res. She gets annihilated for that. That was a good play, I feel like. I think it was a good play. They just played a counterplay really well. I don't like standing here. I did not mean to come up through here. Dang it. Good play. Good play on their part. It's a great flux on the Sigma. How are you, Plat? I'm just not consistent. It's the same struggle most people have throughout the ranks. Not consistently really well played. You know what I mean? I have good games. I have bad games. And the extremes between them are very high. So, if I can get them more to a middle ground, I feel like we'd probably be okay. Just gonna get this shield out. Okay, I'm fairly low. I am behind a wall there. Okay, we get that ultimate out. We can probably back out here. Good game. My team always screws me over. Can't get out of silver myself. It's not your team's fault. Even if it is your team's fault, it doesn't matter. You can't change them. You have to change you. Had to learn that lesson the hard way one too many times, so I'm going to keep preaching it until the day I die. Thanks, Bobo. I appreciate the kind words, man. My aim is getting much better than it was, for sure. Still has plenty of room for improvement, but it was really, really solid. This is gonna be my last comp game of the night, and then we'll swap over to quick play with my patrons. The longer you blame your team, the longer you'll stay right where you're at. Again, speaking from a guy who's learned that lesson the hard way. Would you say you're in a compression or expansion period? I'm not sure what you mean. If you were to erase one character from Overwatch, who would it be? Sombra. She just makes the game not fun to play. She takes a lot of skill to play in my mind, but she's just not fun to play into. Takes a lot of the fun out.
Select your hero.
Which chat is you reading? I'm reading both right now. I wish I played against people like you because I'd rank up much faster. Not sure what you mean by that, but I'll take it as a compliment. Okay. They're really wanting a Tracer ban, which is an interesting pick. Tracer Ball? I mean, sure. Well, on Hollywood? Wait, we're on Hollywood again? That's weird. I'm not tripping. We just played Hollywood, correct? I'm not completely tripping. Well, we played Ramatra at Hollywood. Now I guess we can try our Zarya. Thanks, Bobo. I appreciate the kind words over on YouTube, man. Very kind. Winton or Doomfist, trust. It's Zarya unless she's banned. Ramatra after that. And if he gets banned too, I play Orisa. We definitely don't want to see the Doom again. That is correct. Not without some serious improvement. Like, serious improvement. You know, that would make a really good video, though. Like, when I eventually do get up in the higher ranks. I tried Doomfist again now that I understand tanking. That would be kind of funny. Send it to apply. 7 followers away on Twitch from 4,900. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna get walled. Yep. My fault here if I die. My supports are goated. Doesn't matter that I'm charging his punch, he can die here. Or not. Where's this Lucio? Oh, he's right there. We chase the high ground here. Okay, they're giving up all the space. We may as well take it, man. Oh. Big Immort. Uh-oh. Stay in front of your teammate. Okay. Okay, we got Meteor Strike out. Oh, I thought he was gonna go in there. Big. Yeah, we have a lot of charge here. Don't want to get ice walled. Yep. No more ice wall from the Mei. We're watching for that Genji blade. If I'm not tripping, he hasn't used it yet. Can't chase that. Nope, can't jump that high. Am I tripping? Where is this guy? That'll work.
Огонь по готовности.
My supports are goated. There's no denying that. They did a great job. Definitely giving them the endorsement. What sends do I play on? I think it's, I know it's 1600 DPI. I think it's 2.5. 2.25. Hey, same to you, Isaac. Happy 4th. Happy 4th to all of you beautiful humans. Quack, Mondo T, Maverick Jagger, NJV, Mute, Musey, who? Not sure if that's right. And Sir Lawrence, thanks so much for the follows on Twitch. Hope you guys are all having exceptional days.
We will crush them.
You want to know, like, the one of the artists I've been like remembering and getting obsessed with their older stuff again? T-Pain. Judge me all you want. Don't care. I'm really enjoying listening to T-Pain again. It is so fun. I straight up was like just getting like, I was getting down in my car this morning. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie to you at all. Like, it was a great time. Yes, this morning and then yesterday. T-Pain goes hard. T-Pain does go hard, Jordo. You're absolutely right. Finally, something we can all agree on. Sorry, bro. That's the most boomers thing you said so far. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty accurate, especially because I said his older stuff. That definitely didn't help. Ooh, I see. Free charge incoming. Okay, no bubbles, but plenty of charge. Okay, plenty of charge, no bubbles. Pressure, pressure, always applying pressure. Uh-oh. Oh, their Rhine is feeding. Surely we kill him. Nope. Okay. I'm sitting at a lot of charge. I'm just shooting the Rhine too much. We gotta wait for our next bubble here. Oh. Okay, we get that. Big. Now we walk with a bubble. A little too low to keep peeking. I don't really want to go into a closed space. That was really, really like that felt great. 2 wins back to back at Hollywood. 2 different heroes, back to back wins. Huge. My supports, though, I have to give credit where credit's due. My supports were absolutely impeccable. That was an OWCS game. It felt good. It got me back into Plat 2 before we get into the quick play games tonight, man. That's good. I'll take that, man. I will take that. That was good. I guess I could update this really quick just for funsies. I'm going to turn it off for the quick play games, though. So, but now it's Plat 2. We got ourselves back up. That's okay. That is the wrong button. All right. Yeah, we are going to play quick play games with my patrons here. So if you're on YouTube, I'm actually going to swap streams. So if you want to go ahead and go back to the YouTube channel and click on the Patreon stream I'm supposed to be starting, I'm just going to go ahead and swap over to that one. It just makes it easier for the algorithm to know what to recommend. So appreciate you guys. Let me kill that one real quick.